When playing Valorant, or any sort of competitive game for that matter, there are things that are going to get in your way and make you upset and just make the game an overall bad experience. Now again, these will often cause you to get upset, and this will also make you lose games. Now in this video we're going to cover what you should do when these things present themselves and how you can counteract these negative forces in your games. Now the first and most obvious of these is going to be your teammates, whether it's because they're just garbage at the game, or they don't talk to you, or they're mean. Bad teammates happen every single game, and you can't really control that. But there are a few ways that you can counteract bad teammates and just try to make the game an overall better place. The first of these is using your microphone. Normally, people in the game are scared to talk, so if you start talking first and you just calmly and you're just talking and chatting it up, normally other people will start to use their mics too. This will just help you build a good flow with your team, and you'll actually get some good communications. Now, sometimes people do talk, but they're very mean and toxic, and it's just not a good vibe. What you should do is you should just not deal with it. You shouldn't appease them. You shouldn't really flame them either. What you should do is just mute them and move on with the game, because their bad mental is just going to rub off on you, and it's going to make you play worse and just make you lose the game. Now the third, and definitely the most important of these, is if someone's doing bad, please do not flame them. Don't be toxic to them, because more times than not, the person that's doing bad knows they're doing bad, and they're trying to do everything in their power to avoid being bad. So just please just be encouraging to them, and be encouraging to the whole team for that matter, so that you'll get people with positive mindsets that will actually want to play the game and win the game, even if they're checked out at 4-0. Just keep telling them how winnable it is, and if that one bad player actually does something good, just congratulate on them on it, and just keep being a positive force. Now, one thing to consider is that this won't work all the time, whether you're trying to just communicate with your teammates or be a positive force. People are always going to be there to oppose you. It just depends on a matter of time when they will want to. So when that happens, what you should really do is just focus on your game and just play around your teammates, whether it's baiting them or just do everything you can to just try to make the game less dependent on them and more dependent on you. And then one more thing to avoid bad teammates is to find a duo or a trio to play with, because that way you have more consistent pieces of the puzzle, and it's easier to rely on people that you actually know what they're capable of, and so you won't be screwing your games over like if you would if you were solo queuing. Now hear me out. Sometimes it isn't your teammate's fault. Sometimes the problem is you. Now what should you do if the problem is you? The first thing is to stop focusing on your performance. Your kills and death, although they are important to the game, they won't have the most impactful outcome on the game. If you're having a game of bad KD, you should try playing a more supportive role, giving your teammates good util, good info, and please, for the love of God, stop taking gunfights if you're whiffing all your shots. The best thing to do is just play smart, use your brain, and play around your team, because if you're not winning your 1v1s, maybe you can win your 3v3s or your 5v5s. Now the next part of improving your performance as an individual is focusing on what you specifically can control, and that's your attitude, your effort, and your actions. If you've played any sort of real sport before, you've definitely heard this many times from your coaches, and this concept can also apply to any other part, whether it's a competitive game or just like even a math assignment. Just focus on what you can control, how you're going to feel about it, the choices you make, and the effort you're going to put in. I guarantee if you focus on just those three things, you'll have so much better performance in your Valorant games and life in general. Now usually all of the things mentioned previously end up in you losing the game, but when you are losing, how should you turn things around? Now going back to the teammates one, it's important to be encouraging towards your teammates. Let them know that the game isn't over until that score says 13 to whatever. Until that game ends, it's not over, and you should be trying to win with everything you have. The next part is if you're losing and there's just no hope, just please play for yourself, pad your stats. I know it sounds cringe, but the better you do in the game, the better you perform, the less RR you're going to lose. So overall, just try to pad your stats and be good. Now part of that is do not be loss averse. Do not be scared of losing, because that will perpetuate a cycle of you losing more and more. The more you fear losing, the more power losing will have over you, and the more scared you're going to play, and just the more passive you're going to play, and the more you're going to let your teammates, who we've already established are not good players, decide the game for you. That can't be what you do. You need to still play and have influence on the round, because that's the only way to win. Now all of these things feed into what's known as tilting. Tilting is when your favorite streamer dies and he starts slamming his desk with maximum speed and efficiency and anger, or when your annoying friend starts crashing out in the microphone because he got one-tapped and he swears his crosshair was on their head. Tilting happens to everyone. If you're one of the lucky few that doesn't experience it, I am very jealous. You have a skill that I do not possess. However, it is important to do one of two things: deal with it and then drop it. Dealing with it usually comes if you're in the game and you start to tilt, but dropping it is when it's after the game. You should just drop the game, stop playing for a little bit, go outside, get some fresh air, just do something else to get your mind off the game. Please, 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 for the love of God, stop playing more matches when you're angry. You're only going to sell my rank, you're going to sell your rank. It's just not fun. Please just take a break if you lose really bad and you're angry. Now back to dealing with it. There's only a few ways to deal with tilt, is just to accept that it's there, and just try to block it out and don't let it control you. Another thing is to stop focusing on the outcome of the game and start focusing on either just improving as a player, which is again just taking fights and just trying to do everything you can to make yourself better in that instant, or just focus on each round individually as if it were his own game. This will help you focus more on, just help you stay focused instead of focusing on the match and how it's going. Just focus on each round. Maybe even hide that scoreboard if you can. Just cover it up with something. Just focus on the rounds and focus on playing the game, because that's what you're really here to do. You're not here to win rank. That no one enjoys that. What we actually enjoy is playing the game, and maybe the true Valorant was the friends we've made along the way. Now the final fruit for thought is just your expectations, and this is just making sure that your expectations of yourself and the game itself are just realistic. This game was made by humans, and so there's going to be some flaws. There's going to be some times where your bullets will go straight through someone's head, where your gun misses a shot that it shouldn't, or where the enemy running guns you. This shouldn't be surprising to you, even though it is. It always surprises me. I hate it. But you should really just expect things to not go your way. Now, it doesn't mean that you should be scared of things not going your way. You should still believe in yourself and just believe that you can win the game. You can have an impact, but it's just, don't have your too high of expectations. Like, don't expect every teammate you meet to be the best player in the world and then be mad when he whiffs a shot because he's in silver. So just have realistic expectations. And just one more thing is, it's better to expect to win than it is to expect to lose. So this is just having confidence in yourself and your team, even though I said that they're silver. You should still choose to believe in your team and believe in your own capabilities, because then you won't be again in the cycle of being scared to lose, which is just going to make you lose more. Just one thing to remember is that confidence is a choice that you can make. It will not come to you naturally. You have to choose to believe in yourself to start winning, because you won't start winning until you believe in yourself. So you just have to make that choice right now that you're going to believe in yourself, believe in what you can do, so that you can win. And I'm also going to try to keep making these videos just more outside of Valorant and more kind of life-oriented. Now, yes, there are going to be focusing more on Valorant because that's my channel, but some of these things are also things you can use in the real world, in your real life, and that's kind of my goal, is to bring Valorant into the real world and just help you guys grow as people, not only as Valorant players. I know I got a little deep and emotional there, but just truly, I thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, as it'll really help this channel grow. I know I said I would try to get videos out every week, but I'm still just trying to work on finding a balanced schedule where I can get these videos out. So just please be patient with me with these delays, and I'm promising that eventually I will be able to start uploading more consistently. So please just be patient, and again, just thank you all so much. It really means a lot, all the support I've been getting, even though I only have 20 subscribers. Please subscribe, please, please, please. Anyway, just all the support, any support, greatly appreciated. Thank you so much for watching. That's all. See ya. Going towards you, Sova.
One enemy remaining.
I have res. Let me fight.
140 market.
Last player standing.